Danny on the beat,
It's the Neighbors Podcast with Reese and Mike. They discussing different issues that affect our streets and life. Said it's the Neighbors. We the Neighbors. Yeah.
Yo.
What's going on, y'all?
Top of the morning.
We thank y'all for tuning in with us today.
Yes.
So Mike has something on his mind today. What is that?
Why you gonna throw me in front of the car? Sheesh.
What's on your mind, man? What's
Basically,
on your mind?
let's talk about, we got this subject, Section 8.
Y'all see how he said it? You know, if y'all could have seen how he waved his hands, he's like, Section 8. You know, if y'all could have seen that was hilarious.
Oh man.
Yeah. So what's on your mind about it, Mike?
It just seemed like certain people that's on Section 8, it's just like, I don't want to say the wrong things, but
I mean, you might as well throw it out there now. You started it.
It's man. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Deep breath.
Yeah, right.
It just seems like certain people should be on Section 8. The
Okay.
reason why I say that
Mm-hmm.
is I'll be seeing a lot of some of these parents taking advantage of it. And see some of these kids go to school. I mean, if you're on Section 8, don't look like you're on Section 8. You come to school like, oh, okay, your hair did, eyelashes and all that.
Right.
Then you have your child like, okay, damn, wake up. No, you got time to wash your behind. Go to school. Hair not cut, hair not, done. Look like, yeah. And I don't get it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. First, let's be a little more transparent.
Okay, right.
Right.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is, one of our neighbors, she is whatchamacallit, a crossing guard.
Yeah.
And with her being a crossing guard, she gets to see this every day.
Every day.
And so she gets to come back and talk to us about it.
Yes.
And in her talking with us about it, she talks about how the kids looks like my mom had a phrase of gotcha.
Right.
Or
oh my damn, what happened?
Or as my mom also put it to us back in the day, chitlins was dancing on your shirt.
Oh, that's a good one.
Now, again, now you older, like, well, chitlins they don't have no feet. So it's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so all right, enough of that. So, but again, that means that they're not well kept, right? They're not groomed and all that type of stuff. When the parents, as she said to us, our neighbor said to us, they drive around in Benzes. So what are you, what's going on?
What's going on? Right.
So how are you utilizing the system, right? And you benefit from the system, but the kids don't?
The kids don't. Right.
So what happens? Now, every system is broken. We understand that.
We understand, definitely.
We understand the system is broken, and but if you're going to do that, at least have the kid come up too.
Right.
You get what I mean? At least that's the way I feel about it.
I feel the same way. I mean, your kid is representing you.
Right.
But it's something I'm like, oh, well, I don't give a damn. I got to go get my new wig and eyelashes.
Right. Well, here's the other thing, too. Do you have the kid look all crazy when they go to school so they can get that free lunch?
What I seen, yeah.
I mean, how else do you get the benefits? If you got to look the part to some degree. The only problem is that you can't drive up in your BMW or your Benz right up to the front door of the school.
Right.
how do you do that?
How you do that?
So I think
I guess what? That's my cousin. Oh, that's my man. Your man.
right,
If that's your man, Benz. Why you on saying that?
right. Now we understand Section 8, is more about the housing thing, right?
Right.
But even with that, how are you, or why, even if you are in that position of Section 8, can you please at least upkeep the property?
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right.
Can you please take a little more pride in where you live?
And where you live, right.
And
please have control of your kids.
Right. So I think that's where the struggle is in certain communities. The idea of, hey, you in Section 8, you're like, do you really need the service?
Right. I mean, we're not trying to degrade it.
No, not
not
at
trying
all.
to do that. But you got some parents that not only catch Section 8, they don't have no control over their kids.
Right.
And
I mean, so I guess I just share a little bit of my own story. I grew up on Section 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You get what I mean? And the reality was that my mom had us, like any other old school mom,
mm-hmm.
Saturday morning, music blasting.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
House cleaning.
House
cleaning.
Cleaning, top to bottom.
Yep.
Yep. We had a block where we would go outside and paint the sidewalk.
Yep.
Paint the numbers.
Sweep the streets and everything. Yep.
You get what I mean? We made sure that we cut the grass. Now, here's the thing, though. Yeah, granted, we lived in concrete jungle, and we had a little patch of grass. But I can't tell you how many times we were outside cutting grass with scissors. We did. We did. I'm just letting you know what the situation was.
Shears?
Yeah, like real scissors. Scissors.
I'm trying to help you out, man.
No, we were out there with scissors. No, you could talk to my mom. I mean, my mom was definitely out there. We were out there cutting with scissors. Wow, again, but we didn't have a whole yard though. Right. You get what I mean?
Right, yeah. Right.
So when you're in row homes and you got that little, maybe 2 by 6, maybe half 2.5. You get what I mean? Yeah. So 2.5 feet by 6 feet maybe of grass. It's a lot when you're doing it.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right.
I can't tell you how big the yard used to get in the back of the house.
Right.
Because that grass used to be huge.
Man, oh man.
Because we didn't have the right equipment.
Right.
But that grass in the front, we definitely was cutting it.
Right.
We were. We would take the little bucket of water, throw it outside, pour it down the steps.
Yeah.
So
the steps with what's that broom?
The whisk broom.
The whisk broom. Correct.
So did I have that experience of being in Section 8? Oh, I did. I understand what it means thoroughly. But one thing that I did learn was to try to keep my house looking nice.
Right. That's how we was taught.
Right.
That's how we was taught.
And understand, like, hey, the importance of cleanliness, organization, all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we did not want, even though we were on Section 8, we didn't look like we was on Section 8.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right.
And when you look at everybody else on the block, I can't tell you who else was on the block was on Section 8 because no one kept their stuff up. I mean, I'm sorry, no one let their stuff get run down that much.
Right.
Now, when people came outside, things like that, could you kind of tell maybe?
Maybe.
You get what I mean? Some of the food they were bringing in the house.
Right.
Like you could kind of tell stuff like that.
The no brand, your store brands. Yeah.
It's like, so you could tell by stuff like that. But otherwise, no, the little block that we lived on, shout out to Wilton Street, the 400 block of Wilton Street, right off of 52nd and Parish in the heart of West Philly. but this is one of the things my mom used to say, that it was a small block that had a whole bunch of trees on it.
Right.
That did not feel like a regular hood block.
Right. Okay.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you have that feeling, if you have that idea, you want to keep it up as good as you can.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right.
So Yeah. So do you have to live based off of or show how you're living
Right.
per se?
Per se. Right.
You know. Now let's flip it. Let's flip it real quick because you're talking about Section 8, and I saw a video again. Facia's favorite social media place. There's this thing called stealth wealth.
Okay.
I was like, what in the world is stealth wealth? And they were saying, more especially in London, or London, Europe type spot places, the crime is so heavy that they are no longer wearing clothes that has a brand on it on the outside.
Right. Okay.
That they are wearing stuff so that way they don't look like they have a whole bunch of money.
Right.
They're also buying cars that are anywhere between 2 to 7 years old because of not being a target in London or wherever it was. It was somewhere in Europe, though.
Wow.
Now, but here's the reality of that. Yeah, you're buying stuff that one don't have a logo on there. So and they went over the brands that don't have logos on there, which are actually more than the ones with the logos all over their clothes.
Right.
Which was funny. I was like, wow, that's interesting. Because they were what's the name of the company? But they were talking about someone like who's the boy that owns Facebook?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
There was like, yo, you know his T-shirts are like $30,000 and $50,000 a piece. I didn't know that. Those plain T-shirts that he wears are that much. That's the brand.
What kind of cotton he wears?
I know, right? But those type of brands are way more expensive. They say it's way better quality than the Louis and everything else. You get what I mean? And but you don't show who it is. Like it's not thrown in your face. And so they were saying that, hey, if you got clothes that show exactly what the brand is, normally you're either new money or no money.
Well, how about if I wear a Fruit of the Loom T-shirt?
But Fruit of the Loom don't really have their logo all over their stuff, though.
Exactly. So,
right. Well, again, no one would know.
I can go get different colors of Hanes and Fruit
I
of the
know,
Loom.
right? Right.
Wow.
So you can go into these, in these areas where they talk about this stealth wealth, if you will, and no one would know the difference.
Wow.
To be honest.
I mean, yeah.
So if you think about that, what is that? Will you be able to tell the difference between those individuals that have no money versus those that do have money?
Nah, unless you can see them get out of a certain car, an airplane, that's it.
Right.
That's the only way.
Right. So when you think about those that are riding around in those perceived luxury cars, can they really afford it, or are they living beyond their means?
Right. Yeah, I know. How about that?
So when you talk about, hey, you're on Section 8, but you driving around in this car, but your kid look like this,
right?
But you look like that.
You go to the store, pull out an access card,
right?
Like, what the hell?
Right.
And get outside. Yeah, I seen they go outside. They get in a Jaguar.
And we're not putting our hands in your pocket.
Nah.
Don't think that. But if you're going to portray that, at least share it with the kid. Now here's the reality too. We're looking at kids in their bummy school clothes, to be honest.
Right.
Uniform type stuff. Who knows? They might have every color retro ones there are.
Right.
You get what I mean?
But see, that's why I say that's good. It was good. They came up with the uniforms.
Right. Right.
Wear a uniform, which I totally agree with. That way you don't have to be worried about being teased and all that. But then you look down at their feet like, okay, wow.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not necessary. You can be on Section 8. Your child can still look good without spending a lot of money. You don't need to keep up with the Joneses.
You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. Nah. But at least, keep up with whatever your last name is.
Right.
Have everybody look up to that.
Right. Because everybody, like how I am. We'll put our child before us.
Right.
If I got to wear sneakers with holes in it for a minute, so be it. So be it. As long as my daughter and kids, you look good, hey.
So, earlier today, I am cleaning out my closet. And I was looking at now, mind you, I'm not a sneaker head at all. But I cleaned out, pulled my sneakers out. I am, see which ones are dusted and busted, ones that I actually have that I've never worn.
Yeah.
Or, because I have quite a few of those. And so my son comes into my room.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking, and I'm asking him, old school spray the sneakers with their rain repellent type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I still do that, right?
Yeah.
So, look, it's springtime. I'm about to bust out the sneaks, so, right? So let me spray these joints. So, he's looking, he's like, Dad, why do you have so many sneakers?
Mm-hmm.
I said, listen, I don't, I got some that fits with whatever I feel in that day.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right.
You're not going to wear, because I think when he was looking, he was like, hey, how many sneakers do you have? And I'm just going to use this colorway of red and white. I didn't realize I had so many sneakers that were red and white. Some version of red and white.
Gotcha.
So pick an Air Max, I got it in that color.
Mm-hmm.
My Jordans in that color. Which one? Those, and I don't wear those at all. You get what I mean? I don't know. I just don't. And then my retro Allen Iversons, I don't wear those at all either. And it's funny because he's like, Dad, you got all these colors. You got all these sneakers. And half of these you don't even wear. He's like, I totally forgot you have all these sneakers.
Wow.
And I said to him, well, son, you know what? Everyone can't be like you. And he's like, what you mean? I said, son, you wear one pair of sneakers. Now, how many sneakers do you have in your closet that you don't wear?
Wow.
You don't touch.
Right.
You get what I mean? So you're talking about me. You're talking about ones that you might not have seen in a year or two or something like that.
Right.
How many sneakers do you have?
Right.
That are pristine.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to remind him, we had gone out, bought her some sneakers for one summer, right? There was a few little trips that we had wanted to do. You know how you dress up the kids, right? You got a little T-shirt. Hey, these sneakers go with this and that or whatever.
Coordination. Right.
So I said, son, when we look back in your closet again, I totally forgot you had these other pair of sneakers, these 3 pairs of sneakers. That's only because you only wore one pair.
One pair, right.
You get what I mean? And then by the time I was like, yo, put those on your feet, guess what? They were too small.
They was too small. Wow.
You get what I mean? So how many months went by for them to be too small?
Yeah. Because I got some on there. I got this, I got quite a few in my closet.
Listen, y'all.
And plus, I got some underneath. I got a bench in front of my bed. I got sneakers underneath there. Spalding, not Spalding. What's them sneakers? The boat sneakers.
The boat sneakers.
Like the polo stores, the tie-ups.
Polo tie-ups.
They like boat shoes. Boats, but they.
Oh yes.
I got a few pair of those still look brand new.
I don't have no boat shoes. I've been looking at those though.
I mean,
I have. I want to.
Just because we old, we gotta look stylish, man.
No, we do. We do.
Yeah.
I mean, I really would love to, have some boat shoes on with the sweater tied around my waist.
I ain't going on that. You said the waist, not the neck. But
I know,
waist.
right?
Okay. Ooh.
Yo, it's a joke, y'all. But I'm just letting you know how bougie I want to be.
Right. Got me scratching my head on that one.
I know, right?
But anyway.
But the reality is, though, can y'all please just step up the game with the kids, though?
Right.
Like, you don't have to show that you poor that way.
Right.
Whatever it is, like,
right.
Just be. I understand people use it to their advantage.
Yeah, they do.
On all levels. It's not just one level, one No,
Nope.
it's a lot of people.
Get what you can get. That's
Right.
what it is. Yep.
You know, but please, at least let the kids shine too.
Yeah.
You know, do their hair or something.
That's the thing. She said, like I said, like a neighbor. She said some of these little girls, their hair look like their hair ain't been done like in a months. And that's sad, man.
It is.
That's sad.
It is. I feel bad for the little girls because that's one of their crowns. I mean, their jewel is their hair.
They hair.
You get what I mean? That means a lot. That means a lot. So you know what, y'all? Please.
I mean,
let the kids.
Right. We're not trying to put you down, but the way you're portraying yourself.
Let the kids.
Let the kids grow.
Let them be. Let them shine a little bit.
Exactly.
We love the kids.
We do.
Can y'all tell?
We
love the kids. We want the kids to grow. We want them to excel.
Right. Let your kid be a little kid. Enjoy.
So if you get them a whole bunch of pairs of sneakers, they ain't all gotta be $100 a piece.
No, they don't.
You can get some really nice sneakers.
Just a couple of basic colors. Red, black, blue, whatever.
Right.
Coordination.
You don't have to go get the pinks and the yellows and the purples.
No.
Now, I mean, that's sneakers that I have in my closet. But, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But again, you're talking about someone that's in their 40s that, my feet ain't changing.
I know mine ain't.
So my feet ain't changing.
Exactly.
So I can hold on to my stuff a little while longer.
Right.
And you heard, I sat here and sprayed my sneakers. I took them out, looked at them, analyzed them, figure out like which ones I'm going to have to put a toothbrush to.
Oh yeah, the old school. you remember the toothbrush and the toothpaste?
Right.
You know what? Speaking on that, they got what's the Mr. Clean Scrubbies?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They were pretty good too.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all gotta just step up the game just a little.
Right.
You ain't gotta downplay it.
I mean, there's some places still got some good sneaker for kids. You can go Kohl's, DSW. Not always necessary Foot Locker. One. I'm like, who the heck? Not Foot Locker. Walmart and Target.
Right.
Come on. But you make sure you got your stuff right.
Right. I mean, and I guess what happens is people don't look at the alternatives. So, like you said, to the Foot Locker, the what's the Snipes?
Snipes, yeah.
You're not.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to go there. I mean, could you go to Journeys? Could you go to Famous Footwear?
Oh, Vans.
So you could. I understand they're not always have the popular sneaker. You get what I mean?
But it's something decent.
But yeah, it can be
something decent.
Listen,
right.
It's not no kangaroos.
Right. Oh man, kangaroos.
Back in the day, those Bobos, man, they weren't Sprint. What is it called? Sprints? I think they were Sprints. I'm trying to think of all the ones that I had. So they were in favor.
Oh.
Listen, y'all.
Oh, favor.
See, those that were in favor. So I had these Sprints that used to look like the Reebok Classic, the high top Reebok Classic that had the one strap.
Oh yeah.
Remember those that had the strap?
Wow.
So Sprints were they look exactly like those. It just said Sprint, where it said Reebok. So from afar, they look like Reeboks.
Right.
And here's the thing, I had them in black. So from afar, back in the day, you wouldn't even strap it, strap to strap. You would still have it dangling out.
Little dagger.
So so you have it out. It looked like Reeboks. Look like the little Rerees.
Yep.
And yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, so again, you can still make things look fashionable.
Yeah.
And pose that on your kids where they don't have to look like they just rolled out the bed.
Right. And that's how some of these parents be taking their kid. They wake up. Don't wake their kids up on time. You go wake your child up and you go back to sleep. No, get your behind up too.
Right.
Get up too. I mean, come on now. You can't be lazy all your life.
Nah.
Can't be.
Nah.
Especially towards your child. Come on.
Correct.
Come on.
Correct. So we thank y'all very much for tuning in, y'all.
Yes.
Y'all got any questions, thoughts, concerns? Be sure to hit us up.
Hit us up. Big time. Anytime.
Email us, If y'all need Mike's phone number, just let us know. All right.
And in other words, y'all have a good day. Peace.
Peace.
You are the agent and we look for change. You conquered the pressure and you did not fall, but you are a diamond in what